Hello everyone, myself Snehal Shinde, lecturer in Pravin Patel College of Diploma Engineering and Technology from Electrical Department. Subject is Utilization of Electrical Energy. Subject code 22626. Unit 3rd, Electric Drives and Elevators. So we were studying about the rheostatic braking. So in case of regenerative rheostatic braking of the DC motor, the arm is disconnected from the supply and the load resistance RL is connected across it. Machine work as a separately excited generator and induced EMF circulates the current in RL. The kinetic energy of rotor is converted into the electrical energy and finally heat in the resistance. For the series machine, field connection must also be reversed. To build EMF, also total resistance should be smaller than a critical resistance. Rheostatic braking of a three-phase induction motor. The stator winding of a three-phase induction motor is disconnected from three-phase AC supply and it is connected to DC supply. The DC magnetic field is produced, which is cut by the rotor conductors. EMF is induced in the rotor conductors due to cutting of this stationary flux. This EMF circulates current in such a direction that the braking is produced. Regular three-phase induction motor action is illustrated in this figure. So here is the motor action. Three-phase supply stator is connected to the RYB, then rotor, and here is the direction of the rotation. So the three-phase supply is given to the stator winding. It produces rotating magnetic field in the clockwise direction. The rotor also rotates in the clockwise direction. The rotor current direction is shown in the figure, this dynamic braking rotation. So here, the stator winding is connected to the DC supply. A stationary magnetic field is produced. The rotor cuts the magnetic field and there is generated EMF in the rotor conductor. Its direction can be found by Fleming's right-hand rule. It is seen that the current direction in rotor is reverse. This reverse current produces force in the opposite direction to the previous case. Thus, braking action is achieved in here. So this is the diagram for motor action and the dynamic braking action, where the braking is applied opposite to the direction of the rotation. Then here for star connected stator it is shown, and here for delta connected stator. Next is the regenerative braking. So the necessary conditions in case of regenerative braking. The motor is made to run as a generator and it remains connected to the line. Thus, the kinetic energy is converted into the electrical energy which is in the feedback to the line. Conditions in this type of motor: a generator during braking and returns electric power or feeds back electric power to the supply. So the conditions satisfied for the regenerative braking are: For DC motor, the back EMF EB must exceed the supply voltage, so EB is greater than V. For induction motor, it has to run at super synchronous speed, that is N is greater than Ns. Second is the electrical stability. The braking system conditions should be independent of the supply voltage fluctuations, so it should be electrically stable. Mechanical stability. In case of step down gradient, the amount of braking required is more. The braking system should be mechanically stable to apply more braking torque, and during regenerative braking, the energy is fed back to the line. If there is no load connected on the line, then this energy will not be fed back and regenerative braking will be ineffective. So a proper arrangement should be there to dissipate the energy generated during regenerative braking. So here is the regenerative braking with the DC shunt motor. Suppose decrease in the load on motor causes increase in the speed above normal with the field current remaining the same. Thus the back EMF will increase and it may exceed the supply voltage. When this happens, the power is fed back to the line and kinetic energy decreases gradually, thereby decreasing the speed, and thus braking is achieved as shown in the figure. So alternatively, the field current can be increased and same effect can be achieved. Regenerative braking can thus easily be applied with the shunt motor. Here is the DC series motor, regenerative braking. The conditions with a series motor for regenerative braking are not so simple, since the armature current necessary to produce regeneration also flows through field winding. Thus the direction of field current also reverses. This causes the short circuit condition. So other possibility is the field flux will be neutralized during the transition. Thus the requirement is to reverse the field winding connection at the exact instant, but the method is still useless because at the instant of reversal, the EMF generated will be less, that is supply voltage will be greater than the generated EMF. Hence regenerative braking is not possible. Thus the main trouble associated with regenerative braking by the series motor is seen due to the lack of the control of the field. There are various methods of overcoming this difficulty, either by modification of the windings or by supplying the machine with a separate excitation. So this method described below are mainly used in the electric traction, and in the following a device called pantograph is shown. The pantograph acts as a current collector. It makes a continuous sliding contact with the overhead line and sends the current to the motor installed in the locomotive. So first is the French method. So in this French method, during the motoring action, the main series field winding and the auxiliary field winding are connected in parallel, and this whole combination is in series with the armature. In generating mode, the auxiliary field winding group is connected in series, and this combination is connected to the motor circuit. Thus, the machine now behaves as a compound generator with a slightly differential action. The shunt combination is sensitive to the voltage fluctuations. Note that slight changes in supply voltage frequently occur in the traction system. The shunt combination provides necessary balancing action and thus maintains potential difference between voltage and the voltage generated with EB greater than V. Suppose during regenerative braking, the line voltage increase beyond the generated voltage. Same increased voltage is present across the shunt combination. Thus, it will cause increase in exciting current through it. Hence, as the voltage develops, the generator also increases and again becomes greater than the supply voltage. Reverse will happen when line voltage falls. The method is applicable for trolley bus and trams. The idea of French method can be implemented for locomotives. In locomotives, 4 to 6 motors are used at a time. In that case, the main field winding of motor is retained and others are made to function with the auxiliary winding. So these are the French method. It is used for the braking, that is the regenerative braking. Next is the regenerative braking with the 3-phase induction motor. So the braking action is obtained when induction motor is made to run as an induction generator. So it has to run at a supersynchronous speed. The 3-phase induction motor can be made to run at a supersynchronous speed by following ways, that is hoist mechanism, downward motion of the loaded cage, changing from small number of poles to large number of poles by pole changing method, switching over to the low frequency supply. So here the 3 ways are illustrated, that from hoist mechanism, then changing from small number of poles to large number of poles changing method, and third is the switching over to the low frequency supply. So during the regenerative braking, the torque and speed becomes negative. The induction motor acts as a generator. This braking automatically occurs if motor runs above the synchronous speed. So the motor starts working as an induction generator. The induction generator, however, is not self-exciting and must be connected to the system supplied from the synchronous generator, that its field winding or rotor coinciding will be supplied with the DC by an exciter of some other synchronous generator system. So here is the speed torque characteristics of the 3-phase induction motor from motoring region to the regenerative braking region. It is given torque and slip characteristics. From speed is 0 to the slip 1 to the when n equal to ns to the slip 0, then again n equal to the 2ns means twice the synchronous speed where the s is greater than 0. So here is the slip and torque characteristics of the regenerative braking. Thank you.